This is from guns.com. Yes, guns.com. You want to know how valuable that name is? That's a multi-million dollar .com name. In any case, anti-gun New York Democrat calls for infiltrate. Now, this way, you go over there and you see this woman. I don't pick on people's appearances, but not only is she not pretty, the woman is a cow. And that's an insult to cows, actually. I mean, she's just fat. But I thought Democrats were all about health and nutrition. Well, evidently she didn't get that memo. Any case, Manhattan Democrat, State Senator Liz Kruger, feels if you can't beat them, then join them. One of the biggest champions of gun control in the Empire State of New York, State Senator Liz Kruger, Krueger, Democrat out of Manhattan, is advocating taking over the National Rifle Association, NRA, from the inside. Now, after broaching the subject in a roundtable discussion with U.S. Representative Carolyn Maloney, also a Democrat from New York, who is a fan of anti-gun legislation at a national level, Kruger repeated it for clarity to the New York Daily News. Perhaps, she says, if you will all join, we could take over that group and start a new gun control platform within the NRA. I think we outnumber the people who are members of the NRA and are so totally opposed to any kind of rational gun laws. Now first, Senator Kruger, let me tell you something. You do not outnumber the number of people who believe in the NRA or the Second Amendment and gun rights. These people are, they are living in a dream world. They have their own private utopia of what they think everybody around, the vast majority of the American people are behind them. But they ignore poll after poll after poll, election after election after election, that tell them that, they can't. They're not. They're not the majority. In fact, poll after poll after poll and election after election after election proves that they are in the vast minority. That the vast majority of Americans believe in the Second Amendment, even if they do not wish to own a gun. They believe that people have the right to protect themselves. They believe, and if you don't understand what a gun really represents, you need to read my latest article on it. You can find it all over the place. Now, from what I understand, guns are actually part of self-defense, and you have a God-given right to own a firearm for self-protection. You need to read that article. You can go over to rodeccles.net and read it, or if you don't want to go to my site, at last count, it was published on well over 50 different sites. It has been shared thousands of times all over the internet. Thousands. Because I point out exactly why idiots like this are totally wrong on so-called gun control. And it has nothing, believe it or not, when you read it, you'll realize it has nothing at all to do with the gun. And the Second Amendment really has, even though they talk about guns and you being able to have guns in the Second Amendment, it is your Second Amendment right, it is not really about owning a firearm. It is about self-preservation, God-given self-preservation rights. That's what it's all about. And these people on the left want to take it from you. Plain and simple. And I gotta say, it's kind of, I mean, I am, the stuff that I see on my feed sometimes it's amazing what I see. And it's well, if you want to see some of this stuff, everything that I'm talking about on my feed, I'm sharing on my show page. So you're going to have to go over to my show page over on Facebook. And because I'm just dealing with Facebook in this segment. And it's quite telling with these people. Here's another one. Women for conservatively. Now, you can also get where I'm sharing that from. It's not just guns.com, but from Locked and Loaded. On now, another friend of mine shared that with me from Locked and Loaded on Facebook. Here's something from Women for Women, plural, WOMEN, for conservative leaders, who's sharing a Nora Jones photo of Senator Ted Cruz. And it's calling for us to elect Ted Cruz for president. And the meme, it's a meme. It says, if you agree that our country is in crisis, that Washington isn't listening to the American, meaning not North American and South American, meaning the United States American, then join them in electing Ted Cruz. Now, I'm not advocating that you support Ted Cruz because I haven't decided to support anyone. But Ted Cruz has said this. Washington's in crisis. They're not listening to the people of this country inside the Beltway. And he's absolutely right. And what I see on my pages feed is I get all kinds of memes and video. Obviously, I can't share with you on the radio. Just work. But here's one that is a meme that takes Starbucks, yes, the coffee giant, to task. And this is from being liberal means being a hypocrite too. And the two is the numeral two, not the word two. And they say that, describing the meme, they've made it abundantly clear they don't promote conservative Christian principles and have even said for us to stay away from their stores. So why would you even think about patronizing a business who hates everything you stand for? And you know what? I agree. Because I absolutely love Starbucks coffee. But it has been years since I have purchased Starbucks. Because I know where Starbucks stands and what they're using their money, the money that, I give them. No, I take that back. I have purchased Starbucks coffee. I have purchased it in a Barnes & Noble recently. Because I was I was not in town. I was out of town. I was out of town, so I was didn't have a choice because they took me to Barnes & Noble, and I love Barnes & Noble. But Barnes & Noble, their coffee shop has they serve Starbucks. So if you buy coffee, you're buying Starbucks. I get it. But that was like the first time in literally years that I purchased a Starbucks problem. But here's the meme. The meme has a picture of a Starbucks cup of coffee, and it says, instead of going to Starbucks, I make my coffee at home, yell my name out incorrectly, then light a $5 bill on fire. I do recall when I used to go to Starbucks, I would give them my first name. And yeah, more than a few times, they couldn't get my name right. Would you? I kid you not. At Starbucks, I've had people call me Road. R-O-D is road to some baristas. There's no E at this. It's not R-O-D-E. It's not R-O-A-D. It's R-O-D. And yet they pronounced it road. What is it with Starbucks baristas that do that? I don't know. But that's not why that should have been enough for me to stop going. But that's not the reason why I stopped. I stopped going because Starbucks is on record. Their CEO is on record as being pretty much anti-military, anti-U.S. military. And now they're coming out really as being anti-police officer. And I'm not going to give my money to an organization that's going to use my hard-earned cash to make a profit off of me and then take that profit and use it for things I do not believe in. And you have to understand, this happens all over the place. And when conservatives and Christians stand up to this kind of stuff, oftentimes companies who care, who really want and value you as a customer, they will make a change. I mean, Target has done that in the past. They haven't changed every single time that, Christians or conservatives have complained. But there have been numerous numbers of times that Target has changed their position on things, their corporate position. Which is why I still shop at Target. Now understand, you're not going to win every single battle. We're not. But I think we're winning enough battles over at Target that they are changing their ways that would generally fit the thought process of Christians and conservatives. They're not perfect. No, God knows they're not perfect. But I think they do a better job than Walmart does. And I just happen to like shopping at Target, Walmart anyway. And you know what? This whole notion that Walmart is the lowest price is not always true. And, just saying. But continuing with that, here's one that says Texas passes law permanently banning Muslim Sharia laws. And this is from Locked and Loaded and Tim McCoy over on Facebook. And you'll probably want to look that up, because you know what? Just go over to my page, because as I said, I'm going to share that, whatever I'm talking with you about, over on fan page of the Rod Eccles Show. So you'll get to see it in whole. But Texas, and this is from Zyconia.com. Texas passes law permanently banning Muslim Sharia laws. Texas passes laws, and this is from, once again, The Nation. This is from Zionica.com, Zionica.com. Texas passes law permanently banning Muslim Sharia law. Once again, The Nation looks to Texas for the way things ought to be. This time, the Texas legislature has passed a law permanently barring Muslims from trying to institute their own Sharia-based savagery in their own communities in the Lone Star State. Unlike what they've done in France, where they gave them whole towns to do that, and France hasn't wiped out the problems that they've had with Sharia or Islam. They've only seen those problems increase. So now France is cracking down on it. Well, Texas probably saw that and decided, you know what, we're not going to have that here. No way. Anyway, we're about to come up against a hard break, and when we get back, we'll start to really delve into all the stuff I've prepared for you for